sometimes it's a little bit hard to recall the genesis of an idea, but there were clearly nationally known artists here in Brighton. We did have art gallery space at the Armory, but there were no working studios, no education per se for artists, and this space became vacant, and the artist who had some space downtown, through the generosity of one of the local business owners, just couldn't afford, didn't make economic sense for what she needed to cover the rent for her building when she could rent it commercially. So some things kind of came together, the perfect storm, if you will, to where this was vacant. Artists needed a space, and the city manager at the time, Manuel Escobel, asked the question, would they be interested in the former chamber, former police station? And so I took that idea, germ of an idea, to the artists, asked a question, they jumped all over it. We negotiated, but that was kind of how it was conceived to begin with, was to, as to a start. Really, as a signature project, was to create was to support the cultural arts community and establish a destination place where people would come to see, work, learn, and perhaps buy art. And so all those goals sort of came together to create this venue for downtown.
We got our building all ready to open and really had the doors open by June in 2011, and City Council came, I believe the first week of July. We installed the large rabbit sculpture of mine, International Harvester, out front of the building. So that was really the kickoff and start of this Main Street Creatives. And we did officially do an opening with the Harvest Fest that fall, and we've made a lot of progress over a time period of 10 years of all the changes of things that have taken place in this building.
Yeah, and so at this point we have 5 nationally known artists that work out of the building, and then we have about 20 artists in all. Either they have studios, about 15 have studios, and then the rest are in our gallery. So when you come in our building, it's so unique, and this is the way it started from the beginning, was sort of the dream of the city to help revitalize the downtown. But it's a place for honoring the arts where people can come in. They don't have to buy anything or do anything. They can just come and watch artists working in their studios as much time as they want to take to sit and watch the process. Or they can take classes. We offer classes for all ages and in different types of mediums. And Kim might have more specifics about that.
We've done life drawing classes, we have watercolor classes, there's pottery classes, oil painting. There's just a number of things that people can come and learn about. And when people come into our building and they see all these wonderful things, it makes them feel like there may be a place for me, and I may actually be able to do something creative. And I think that's the biggest thing as an artist that we're after, is to be able to share our passion for what we do. And it's very unassuming. We don't expect anything except to try to help people to have a better idea of how to get involved in the arts and to feel like they fit. And I think that's the hardest thing for any artist starting out, is to feel comfortable enough that they can go to others and ask for help and ask those questions that they're afraid, that they're embarrassed to ask. We're not like that at all. Everyone here wants nothing more than to help people enjoy the arts and really explore their own talents within themselves.
To the historic downtown district, the gallery is certainly a value in what it brings culturally and cultural arts-wise. This is a great amenity to have in our core downtown along with our establishment and retail district, and it does bring a art flair to the district that we did not have. In talking with other communities around us, this is certainly something that would fit in a lot of smaller downtowns, so we are thankful that we were able to land it in ours.
In the beginning, we started out, Borough actually had leased this building from the city of Brighton. So our partnership was with Borough, but also the city as well, because the city owns this building. And over the years, Borough's lease actually expired with the city. So the city decided we still want to remain having Main Street Creatives for the city of Brighton. We'll just take it over. They've been our partner. They have been so supportive of everyone here. They have put a lot of funding into keeping this so that the public does have a place to learn about art and come and actually do some art themselves. So we have been working through this. We've been working through the pandemic, and just recently we've gone through and we've now got new leases. So we know we're going to be here for another 2-year time period, and we're all excited to have that behind us. But the goal remains the same, to try to educate our public and to help other artists as well. That's also a big part that I really didn't focus on too much, but we're here so that other artists can learn how to take their art to the next step. And that was a big part of this program from the beginning, with some of us that were kind of like the founding people in the building. That was part of our obligation as artists. That's what you do. You try to help your fellow artists to learn, how do I go from being a regional or maybe a brand new Brighton, just never left the state of Colorado for any shows. How do I go from being a local artist to become a regional artist, and then on from a regional artist to a national artist? And there's a lot of work in between point A, B, and C. But we have that knowledge, and we're happy to share that with others.
My name is Millie Young, and I, at this moment, paint in oils. But I enjoy oils, pastels, and watercolor. And I express myself using those mediums. How I got involved with Main Street Creatives is kind of a fun story, because I was a very frustrated artist, because I had to go to work and was not painting for probably 30 years. And I would come into this gallery, stumbled upon this gallery, and Judy Dickinson would greet me every time. She knew I was a frustrated artist, and she would beg me to come, and she would give me her paints, her brushes, whatever I need. Just pick up that brush, Millie. And being the shy person I am, next time, Judy. And we did this over a period of a few years, probably. And I ended up showing a friend this gallery because I was so impressed with the artist here and the art on the walls. And She was a gutsy little lady, this friend of mine. And once again, Judy greeted us, and she says, you know, Sharon Crone, who is a teacher here, an instructor, has a class going right now. Why don't you guys go over and check it out? And I said, oh no, I wouldn't want to interrupt a class. And my friend Sherry says, come on, Millie, let's go check it out. So we did. And we walked into that room filled with students and with Sharon Crone. And they just greeted us so warmly and encouraged us to please sign up, please come join them. And so that's what we did. And I was with that group for 4 years before I got my spot here as a studio artist. And this group in this room, these 5 artists that work together, and we've become quite the pals. And so that's how I got involved in the gallery.
My name is Stephanie Brown, and I'm an artist here at Main Street Creatives. I like to work with oils and pastels, but I primarily work in glass, and fused glass particularly. That's I call it play. It's not work at all because I really do love it. Well, I've played with glass for over 20 years and it keeps evolving. I just keep learning new things. I've taken classes from instructors like Nathan Sandberg, where I learned how to cast glass, the lost wax process. And I've taken classes from Paul Messink, which is an artist that does the multi-layer, and Ann Nye, who does palette knife paintings with glass. And so I just keep learning and growing as an artist, and I think I'll be doing this till I can't get up and down the stairs where my glass shop is located in my basement. So I really feel like the goal is just to get people in Brighton to know we're here. We do need to probably branch out a little bit and put some advertisement in the Denver Hub and some of the other local papers. And we talked about having a first Friday kind of a walk where we are open every first Friday, and just start getting the buzz out about us, so that, you know, when people come in, they're very impressed. They're so surprised at the quality of artists that we have here, and we're kind of needing to pump up the information out there about that. The parking around this gallery, downtown actually has over 1,000 parking spots. We participate in the downtown partnership meetings that they have once a month, and I learned that at that meeting. And just the other business owners are really thrilled that we're participating. And it's easy to get down here. There's all kinds of restaurants within walking distance of us. There's plenty of parking to get yourself close by. It's not an inconvenience at all.
We're just now coming back from the pandemic, so we're getting classes geared up. We should have a class coming up for young children, aged 10 to 13, and that would be from a teacher that's from a private school that comes and teaches here. We do have a life drawing session that is done, I believe, weekly, and that's with Ed Hawkins. So that's a really interesting thing, working from live models. It's definitely a challenge, and some interesting things go there. We also have open painting classes for people who have painting experiences. 1 day a week, they're able to come in and paint together and learn from each other. We have a watercolor class that takes place on Tuesday. I believe it's at 12:30 p.m. and that's with Sharon Crone. She's done that class for many years and has some wonderful students, and it's for all ages. It is an adult class, but she starts with people who've never painted and been able to come out with some amazing paintings. And that is part of our mission, is the educational part. And we have a pottery artist that she gives all types of classes, and there's various times and days. And I believe she probably does some youth classes as well. Our gallery is open Tuesday through Saturday, and our hours Tuesday through Friday are 10 to 4. There's someone always here. There's always several people in the building. If you walk in off the street, you'll be greeted at the door. We'll come out, tell you to make yourself at home, to make sure that you go all through the building. And we offer to either give you a tour, or if you like to just be comfortable and travel around on your own at your own speed, we want you to be able to do that. We're here to answer any questions and also probably give you more information than you might suspect that you were going to hear. So we really think this is a treasure for not just our town, but for anyone who travels through Brighton to stop and come visit. And we love to take people on the tours and let them see what it is we do and love so much.
The value for downtown that has become well known throughout the metro area because of the nationally known artists we have here, because of the gallery. When visitors come through, they're amazed. Other municipalities have visited or heard about the gallery and wish that they could do something similar and ask questions about how did we make this happen. But as a destination place, it's really increased and given recognition to downtown Brighton for cultural arts in concert with what takes place at the Armory, for example. And then following this and the art at the Armory, the art program at City Hall now followed the creation of this entity. So it really served as a catalyst, if you will, for cultural art in the Brighton community. No, it's just been a great venue. I'm glad to see the success that they have here, the recognition that comes to downtown Brighton as well as to the artists that are here, and hope that there's another 10 years in their lifetime here on Main Street.
We're celebrating our 10th anniversary officially on October 1st and 2nd. We'll have a public opening on Friday evening and Saturday all day so kids can join in. We hope to be able to have painting, to have kids come and participate in our celebration. And I just want to take this time to thank the City of Brighton for everything they've done for us and for the foresight that Burra had in the beginning to help get this project off the ground. It was an incubator project and it's grown into something so much bigger. And I am so appreciative to be in this building and to be a part of this in our community. So thank you, Brighton.